Late April, here the Pacific Rim Institute, together with Lomatium nudicaule, or naked stem biscuit root. The root is apparently edible, and I'm not sure if it's really like a biscuit, but since it's related to the carrots, which you use in a cake, then why not? The best news is that it is edible and not deadly like other plants in this family of Apiaceae or umbelliferae, containing also poison hemlock. Native to the western North America, both sides of the Cascades here in Washington, but extending north to British Columbia and Alberta and south to California. The leaves are basal and they're multiply divided, double alternate. So multiply divided in threes and then again in threes, but occasionally in five as well. And they're strong smelling as celery. The leaves, the entire plant, as well as their seeds. Their seeds are also used as spices, and the leaves and the roots are edible, and you can cook with them. But again, depending where you collect them, and you should collect them on your land or somewhere where they are not protected. And this will go in the herbarium, and it will make a very nice herbarium specimens with this medusa-like head. Nudicaule, its specific epithet or the adjective that defines this particular species, comes from Greek and literally means naked stem. In this case, this is actually the peduncle or the stalk of this inflorescence. The inflorescence characteristic for Apiaceae or umbelliferae, it's an umbel, very similar to the spokes of an umbrella. And in Lomatium, it has different lengths for this particular secondary peduncles. Besides other members of this family, they have no bracts subtending the individual peduncles as well as the whole inflorescence. Like, for example, in Queen's Anslace, which is also the wild carrot. The flowers are yellowish green and relatively small, but the whole inflorescence adds a very interesting accent to a meadow or a prairie or even the side of the forest, so they can grow very well on the pathway edge next to a forest. After pollination and fertilization, the seeds will be produced on these rather large umbel inflorescence, by then being an infructescence because it will carry fruits. What we call seeds in this family of umbelliferae or Apiaceae, they're actually fruits. But there's not a very clear fruit wall like in a peach, for example. So the fruit and the seeds are all together lumped, and they look more like a seed than a fruit. But botanically speaking, they're a fruit. If you have any piece of land in the regions native to this Lomatium nudicaule or Lomatium nudicaule or Indian celery or naked stem biscuit root, allow it a chance to catch a root hold and provide food for the native pollinators. But if you have enough, you could experiment with adding some of its leaves and even its seeds to, or maybe even some of the roots to a dish or two. Pre-Columbian populations use these plants similar to how we use other plants in this family like celery, parsley, and dill, and also for funeral ceremonies. It's a very fragrant plant, so for ceremony, the seeds were burnt and their smell would be like an incense. Also, the seeds were prepared into a tea or some other kind of concoction to soothe the throats of singers. Lomatium nudicaule.